I'm all like this, happy Sunday. Anyway, they watch this video from, happy Sunday to you. Like this, again, one popular lawyer for America, lawyer Olalekan Olarewaju. The guy is very, very vocal, especially for this when it comes to politics and all that. So, like this, I might not boss another to say, based on one or two, I want to say, they feel release Abba Kyari upon everything where the guy do. But I don't say they don't release that guy. So the guy got to bring one analysis come out say, man, since upon everything where Abba Kyari run, they feel release them. So why President of you use that same spirit to release Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho? Anyway, I will like when I watch the video, when I hear the full analysis and waiting make him talk everything where he talk and the analysis of the whole issue. Just watch them, comment your opinion, then still share them, but I make other people see them.
I remember when I started criticizing Tinubu and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I will continue to criticize him. And I will tell you why I will continue to criticize Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I will criticize him because he was a founding member of NADECO. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Kyari, Professor Wole Soyinka and co. They were founding members of NADECO and they were criticizing Abacha at that time. And then they went on exile. Some of them are cowards. Permit me to use that language. And they came back, and before we know it, they found themselves in government. The same people that criticize Abacha, that criticize Obasanjo, that criticize Yaradua, that criticize Jonathan, doesn't want anybody to criticize him again. So I will continue to criticize Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and if you are one of his gullible supporters, excuse us now on this program. Excuse us. If you don't want Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be criticized, tell him to resign as president of Nigeria. We are not running a banana republic in Nigeria. So if you know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is allergic to criticism, is too big to be criticized, tell him to resign. It's not by force for him to be president of Nigeria. You cannot criticize your predecessors and you don't want anybody to criticize you again. So I will continue to criticize him, and if you don't like it, you have two options. One option is to take me to court or report my page to Facebook so that Facebook will ban my page. I'm not a blogger. So if you think my source of livelihood is on Facebook, you have missed the point. So I'm not a blogger. So if you think if you tell Facebook to ban me, I won't be able to eat again, you are joking. Let me say congratulations to Ekiti people. I'm from Ekiti State. Enyara Ekiti. And it's okay, man, fire me. Because now, fire me for two. It was governor for 2 terms. Fire me was governor in Ekiti for 2 terms. That means it was governor for 8 years. After 8 years, it was minister for mineral resources for 4 years. 8 plus 4, 12. Listen, Fayemi was governor for 8 years in Ekiti State. After that one, he became minister for mineral resources for 4 years. 8 plus 4, I'm not a mathematician. 8 plus 4, 12. 12. The same Fayemi now has been nominated as Minister for Foreign Affairs. The same Fayemi. So Fayemi is the only person in Ekiti State. So Fayemi is the only person in Ekiti State. Ọlọ́run ní ṣe mí lásìníwáyé. Àsìníwáyé máa pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá o. Àsìníwáyé pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àsìníwáyé ó pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àsìníwáyé. Nǹkan tó ń pè ní àsìníwáyé. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní ṣe mí lásìníwáyé. So Fayemi is the only person in Ekiti State that is entitled to hold political office. So every appointment that is due to Ekiti State must be given to Fayemi. Well, there's nothing I can say more than that. Congratulations to Tinubu Bola Ahmed Tinubu supporters. Is now the chairman of ECOWAS. Congratulations to him. But when you're chairman of ECOWAS, let me remind him that you must be seen as a democratic man. Okay? Not only must you be seen, you must be manifestly seen as a democratic man. So, in other words, Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you are the chairman of ECOWAS now. At all times, you must abide by the Constitution. Because you can never be greater than the Constitution. That's number one. Number two, as a Democrat, because you call yourself father of Democrat, when you went to Edo State, when are you going to release Nnamdi Kanu? At least Abba Kyari has been released. Abba Kyari, the police officer who was indicted for running a drug cartel, had been released from detention. Abba Kyari was to be extradited to America. Federal government blocked it. Not only that they blocked it, Abba Kyari has been released now unconditionally from detention, never charged to court. So when are you going to release Nnamdi Kanu? When are you going to release Sunday Igboho? When are you going to release all prisoners in Nigeria whose incarceration are politically motivated? So when are you going to release Nnamdi Kanu? When are you going to release Sunday Igboho? If you can release Abba Kyari, who we know that is a drug baron, because Abba Kyari is a drug baron, even though he's a police officer who's supposed to keep the law, but he's the lawbreaker. So when are you going to? And then Abba Kyari was even using state apparatus to involve himself in drug running. So when are you going to release Nnamdi Kanu? At least court has ordered that Nnamdi Kanu be released, not even you. So it is not like I'm not asking you to use what we call prerogative of mercy. I'm not asking you to use prerogative of mercy. I'm not asking Attorney General of Nigeria to enter into what we call nolli prosequi on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. So Nnamdi Kanu had been released by court of appeal. So when are you going to release him? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I'm begging you, when are you going to, and I'm asking you this question, when are you going to release Nnamdi Kanu? When are you going to release Sunday Igboho? I've seen Asari Dokubo running his mouth on TV like somebody who has mouth of the diarrhea of the mouth. I've seen Sunday Asari Dokubo making inflammatory statements, making statements that we can call treasonable that it can be charged for treasonable felony. And Asari Dokubo is bragging, parading himself, bragging, even threatening the whole of Igbos. So, and Asari Dokubo up to now has never been charged to any court, to the best of my knowledge. So, are we not operating 1999 Constitution again? So, what is good for the goose is also, it should be the treatment that you have given to goose should also be given to gander. So, why is it that Asari Dokubo is so special that he can say whatever he like, and then Sunday Igboho, just because he said Yoruba should be freed, Sunday Igboho was forcefully sent on exile, and up till now, federal government has not deemed to pardon him. Nnamdi Kanu, just for saying that Biafra should be free. Up to now, Nnamdi Kanu is in detention after court of appeal had freed him. So when are you going to release Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu? Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that's the question I'm going to ask you today. And I will continue to ask you that question. If you are operating 1999 Constitution, we should be seen as a democratic country. So if Asari Dokubo can say whatever he likes without any legal implication, then why will Nnamdi Kanu should be in detention? I don't know what strategy federal government is trying to play. And if federal government thinks it's a strategy, it's going to backfire. And I will tell you the reason. Whether you like it or not, Nnamdi Kanu is an hero now. He's an hero. He has cult followership, whether you like it or not. Nnamdi Kanu has become an hero. Federal government made him to be an hero. So the more you keep him in detention, the more he will gain popularity. Okay? If Sunday Igboho too, whether you like it or not, you are going to turn him into a superhero. So release Sunday Igboho, release Nnamdi Kanu. If you can release Abba Kyari from detention, why can't you extend the same olive branch to Sunday Igboho, to Nnamdi Kanu? Before the end of this program, I will still come back to it. So let's go to another thing. I've seen the list. I've seen the list of the ministers, the new minister that is coming. Out of the list, 5 are ex-governors. 5. Nigerian masses, what I'm going to say, you won't like it. And I don't owe you anybody an apology. If Nigerian masses are not careful, if they are not extremely careful, just a cliche, just a cliche, just certain persons will be the ruling class, and they are not up to 5% of the population. So if you are not careful, they will continue to recycle themselves. Let's use Ekiti State as a good example. Fayemi was governor for 2 terms. He was Minister for Mineral Resources for 4 years, making 12 years. The same Fayemi has been nominated as Minister for Foreign Affairs. So does it mean that in Ekiti State, it's only Fayemi that is there? In River State, Wike has been penciled down as a minister. Wike will just finish 8 years as governor. So Nigerian masses, our new colonial masters are the politicians. Our new colonial, now what we have in Nigeria now is what we call internal colonialism. Internal colonialism, that's what we have in Nigeria. Internal, not external colonialism. External was when United Kingdom are the colonialists. But now our politicians are the new colonialists in Nigeria. Good news for if you are living in United Kingdom. Once you have £1,000 in your bank account, you are a millionaire in Nigeria. If you are living in United Kingdom, once you have £1,000 in your bank account, you are a millionaire in Naira. As of today, £1 was exchanged for 1,030 Naira. As of this morning, £1 was exchanged for 1,030 Naira. So, funny enough, there was a day I was on a program like this. There was a lady in UK. I won't mention her name. Oh, 1,040. I'm even okay. 1,040. Okay. There was a day I was on a program like this, and there was a lady in London. She abused me, and she was abusing me. She even called me names, and they said, "Why should I not support Tinubu?" This morning, I saw the same lady on Facebook. She was now she's lamenting that flight ticket is too high. The cost of flight ticket to Nigeria is too high. You see, when I was telling you, when we were shouting, and those of you that live in London, you were supporting Tinubu. You thought that you are untouchable. You thought that you won't feel any economic impact. Now that the flight ticket from Lagos to London is over 3 million naira now. So why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? If you are living in London and you're a supporter of Asari Ahmed Tinubu, you have a right to support him. So don't get me wrong. But if you are living in London and you're not complaining about the cost of flight ticket, shame on you. I said it again. Whoever you are, if you are living in London, if you're a permanent resident of London or United Kingdom, and you have supported Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you're not complaining about the flight tickets, how costly it is, shame on you. Ọ̀run yabọ̀ ni, kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ yọkọ̀, ọ̀run yabọ̀ ni, gbogbo wa ló máa yabo. Gbogbo wa ló máa jíjọ yabo. Abẹ́rù bí nítorí pé ti jẹ́ supporter Tinubu, wọ́n máa ta tíkẹ̀tì yín lọ́tọ̀, àbí wọ́n máa ta tíkẹ̀tì yín ní Shipley. So, if you're a supporter of Tinubu, don't complain, no. If you're a supporter of Bola Ahmed, please don't come to my inbox. That is where we are going to get quarrel. That's where we are going to quarrel. So just keep your complaint to yourself. If you're a supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have a right to support him, but don't complain to me. Don't be a nuisance on Facebook. Don't be a nuisance to us that did not support Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Don't come to cyberspace and constitute a nuisance to us. You have supported Tinubu. Your Tinubu is now the president. Congratulations to you. And then, if a supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Nigeria, I expect you to get to any filling station, any petrol station, and then just tell them I'm a supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Pronto, they are going to sell a liter of petrol for you for 60 naira. Once you just tell the petrol attendant, I'm a Bola Ahmed Tinubu supporter, they will sell it for you for 60 naira. This is the best time to be a supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Nigeria. This is the best time to be an APC member in Nigeria. If you are an APC member, once you get to the filling station or petrol station or gas station, just go there with broom, old broom. They are going to sell a liter of petrol to you for just $60 and 60 naira. Very cheap. So that's your reward for being a supporter of APC, for being a supporter of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this is the best time to be an APC supporter or to be a member of Yoruba Runu Association of Nigeria.